It's not about us, about the center. It's about all of us and how we embrace the natural characteristics that make us great leaders. Inclusion, engagement, innovation. You see, this one's really interesting. Talent development and employee resource groups must interact and become a convergence of one another. If you're going to have employee resource groups, you must provide them the talent management tools to put them into action. I'll take a more conservative approach. Let's apply what we learned about our innate Hispanic talent, and let's just put it to work in the employee resource groups. By allowing those groups to take greater participation and engagement, and then ultimately into more innovative initiatives. And that's when we can put those people that are in those employee resource groups into action within the entire organization. Why? Because see, talent, Hispanic talent, must not only focus on contributing to the organization and its mission, but just as importantly, if not even more at this point, to the marketplace. It's so funny how many organizations I've sat down with when we've talked about their Hispanic marketing efforts. I asked them, well, who's responsible? Show me the team. Where are the Hispanics? Why do they exist? Oh, we have one. I see you understand. Wait, pull that guy out of the employee resource group. Let's bring it. I've seen it all. Our goal today is to address solutions. It's to address solutions, and we'll be discussing this throughout the day. Trust. It's a very interesting word in today's new economy, isn't it? CHL has spent so much time conducting one-on-one interviews, surveys, and we've reached out to Hispanics in a safe environment where they will provide real answers. And we've discovered that there is one characteristic, one major characteristic that we have trouble possessing. This characteristic is trust. For some reason, we have trouble trusting not only others, but ourselves. For some reason, we are somewhat skeptical, cautious people. And please forgive me in advance. I'm not trying to offend anybody because I'm really proud to be Hispanic. Or else I wouldn't be up here doing this with you today. But this fundamental characteristic flaw that we have is really limited our ability to propel new opportunities and get involved in really advancing ourselves in the workplace. And we've often wondered, well, how can that be? We're such fun-loving, innovative, engaging people. Well, we've discovered that it's perhaps because of the political wars that our families fought for independence. Or perhaps because we've been victims of false promises from leaders in our mother countries. Somewhere down the road, we lost that ability to trust. It's not that we can't. We don't trust enough. We don't trust enough. So, how do we overcome that? By focusing on delivering and activating the natural characteristics that just come most naturally to us, to propel confidence and hope that we can achieve greatness as managers and as leaders. So what are these natural characteristics that define Hispanic leadership and that CHL has uncovered over the past several years? What I'd like to do is open this up to the audience, and if you open up your beautiful programs, thank you very much, you guys. We go to, we'll read page 4. Cutting out, right again.
Like an immigrant who comes to a new country with hope, and love, we do not have myopia where opportunities are concerned. We see that opportunities are everywhere, every day, and we make the most of those that cross our path. Many times there are opportunities that others don't see.
Thank you very much, Rena. Now, if we apply strategic focus to this characteristic, it's amazing how quickly we can reinvent ourselves. Number 2, circular vision. Who would like to read circular vision?
Circular vision. The experiences of our families past into crisis and change in our mother country wire us to anticipate
false promises and unexpected outcomes
without preparation. Because of our immigrant perspective allows us to see opportunities others cannot. We are proficient at anticipating crisis and managing change before circumstances force our hand.
Thank you very much. Now, this is why in the workplace we must be given the opportunity to showcase our ideas and ideals that may seem counterintuitive, but will help open the eyes of others to see new opportunities before them. I mean, how many times have you sat in a meeting wanting to say something and somebody says, hey, that's a great idea. You should do something with that. And then what happens? Exactly. Don't hold back your ideas and ideals. Number 3, Latin passion. Who'd like to read Latin passion?
Gonzalo Vasquez with Pepsi-Cola.
Thank you very much.
Our ability to inject intense passion into everything we do makes us both pioneers. We not only blaze new paths, few would go down, we see them through to the other end. Our passion opens new doors of possibilities that we aim to share with others.
Thank you very much. Now, isn't this such an obvious characteristic? But because we have trouble trusting ourselves, we don't put it to the test. Now, this morning, we'll have a breakout session that will actually take place right here. The Immigrant Perspective and Circular Vision. It will be moderated by Orlando Ortega. Don't miss this one. This group has been preparing for this one for at least 2 weeks. And you've done a fine job, Orlando. Thank you. Who's next? How about entrepreneurial spirit? Joe?
Joe Gutierrez, author of Latino Link. Entrepreneurial spirit. In America, you might be an entrepreneur. In Latin America, you must be one. The ability to see and seize opportunities to build relationships, advance commerce, and better humanity is an inborn survival mechanism.
A few months ago, I had an opportunity to be a part of a think tank with recently elected President of Colombia, Juan Manuel Santos. And I asked him this question. Mr. Santos, what do you think about this perspective? He sat and he said, I couldn't agree with you more. He said, Glenn, I've been involved with the security and commerce of Colombia for many years. And I've always viewed our people as informal entrepreneurs. That they are born with this entrepreneurial spirit, but don't put it to use because they haven't been trained how to use it. And my focus has always been on how to transition them from informal entrepreneurs to formal entrepreneurs. Now think about this. In this economy, wouldn't you say that we are all transitioning